How are you? Welcome again. My name is Dharmendra Patel from Divine Public School. I'm your science teacher. We are continuing with the same topic, it's the same chapter, chapter 10, light, reflection and refraction. Past 2 days, we learned a lot of things. Today, the most important part we are going to learn, that is how does an image is formed. Okay, let me just take a quick recap of what we have learned, and then I'm going to take you again how does an image is formed. First by a plane mirror and the second by a concave mirror. Now plane mirror part is not so much elaborated in your textbook, but it is necessary to understand. Okay, so what we are talking is, what we have talked earlier is what is light, uh, the meaning in physics what a light is. Then we learn what is reflection, laws of reflection, types of mirror. Then the next day we learn what is pole, center of curvature, radius of curvature, principal focus, focal length, principal axis. Now today we are going to learn the first part, how does an image is formed. So this is a plane mirror. Okay, I am drawing a plane mirror like this. So this is a plane mirror. Now you must know, now here let me draw one principal axis. So as what I told you, why does a principal axis so important? Because whatever you do, it is on principal axis. So here I am drawing a principal axis for you. Now let's say this is my image, this is my object AB. I name this as, I show it with an arrow. So this is my object, I name it as AB. Now how does an image is formed? Now you all know, in a mirror there are few things happen. You every day see yourself in a mirror. When you see yourself in a mirror, how do you look like? Right? You look exactly the same as you are. The mirror shows you the same thing. Means your height remains the same, their size remains the same. This is an erect. This is an erect, means this image, if object is, you see, it is vertically upright. So this is an erect image. Now the object, so the image what you are getting is also erect, right? You don't look inverted, means you in mirror, if you try to see, your head is not like down and the leg are not up. You don't see like this. When you try to see in your mirror, right, your head is up and the legs are down. So that is an erect image. So erect image is like this. If your object is like this, your image is also like this. That is called erect object and erect image. But the object is like this, and if you see the image like this, then that is called inverted image. Okay. Now so here is your object, and what I am telling you is, we are learning how does an image is formed. Please understand it very properly. That is only going to help you. That is how it is going to help you, that how it will happen. So for an image to be get formed, it is compulsory to have two things. First of all, the incident ray, right? So I am drawing a ray from any one point. So let me draw a ray from one point. So let me say from here I draw a ray to the mirror. Okay. So this is one ray I am drawing. Okay. Now if you see, this is the ray. So after reflection, where does this ray go? Now as you can see, it is making 90-degree with the mirror. So definitely this ray is going to bounce back and go straight again to the same place only. But if you see, this will go like this, then I just draw the dotted line. So basically your ray goes like this. So the incident ray and the reflected ray will go at the same, from the same place, because the angle of incidence at the mirror is 90-degree. Now how does an image is formed? From one ray you cannot draw any image. from one single point, if you draw two rays, again I am repeating, from one single point, if you draw two rays, and these two rays are at some different point, right, on the mirror, it is incident at mirror at a different point, and after reflection where they meet at that point is your image. Again I repeat, from one point you are drawing two rays towards the mirror. So those are two incident rays from one point towards the mirror. After reflection where they meet, at that point your image is formed. So I am drawing again one more ray. So let's say I am drawing a ray from here till here. Okay, so let me draw, let me use some, okay. So here I am drawing a ray from here, it is meeting at this place. So as you know, at this point it get reflected. Okay, so it goes like this. So this is the reflected ray. Now, right, so if you see, this is, there are two rays which are starting from the same point. One is this, another is this. Now these two rays, if you see the reflection of these two rays, one reflected ray is here, another reflected ray is here. If you keep on extending this reflected ray, do you think they ever going to meet in real? Never. As you see, they are divergent ray, means the gap is keep on increasing. Then you must be wondering, sir, you just told us that two rays after reflection where they meet, at that point the image is formed. But they are not meeting. It means there is no image. There is an image. But now that's a big question. There is an image, but where is the image? Okay, so let me show you. So for that, if they don't meet in front of the mirror, we have to extend them. So see, I am extending them. Okay, and whenever you extend them, make sure you draw a dotted line. So I am extending them. So this is how I extend one ray. Then let me extend another ray. So I extend another ray from here, and if you see, they meet at this point. So if they don't meet in front of mirror, then that doesn't mean the image is not formed. It means they, when you extend it, they form or they meet behind the mirror here, and that is how your image is formed. So here your image is formed. Okay, that is, and we call this image as A dash B dash. Now if you see properly, you can see two things here. What is that? If you see, your object is as an equal distance from the mirror, in front of the mirror, and your image what you form is exactly the same distance behind the mirror, right? So that's what they are telling you, that when you today when you try to see yourself in a mirror, right, if you try to move two steps back, you will see that the your image will also move two steps back. If you move two steps towards the mirror, your image will also come two steps towards the mirror. That's exactly. So always remember, the distance of an object from the mirror is always equal to the distance of an image from the mirror. Object and image, they both are at equal distance from the mirror. Similarly, if you see, the height or the size remains the same. You will not see enlarged image or diminished image. You will see the same size. Okay, and one more important thing, if you are getting an image in front of the mirror, if you are getting an image in front of the mirror, it is called real image. And if you get an image behind the mirror, it is called virtual image. Okay, and the mirror, the image you see yourself In a plane mirror, it's not a real image. It's not real image. It is virtual image. Why it is virtual image? Because it is forming behind the mirror. So that's what I am talking to you. How does an image is form? When two incident ray after reflection, if they meet, again, whether in front of the mirror or behind the mirror, right? In any one situation only they are going to meet. So when two rays from the same point after reflection, if they meet again at some point, and that point your image is formed. This rule or this law is same for everywhere. Every man wins where? In spherical mirror also it is same, in lens also it is same, in mirror also it is same. So wherever ever in the life if you see any images form, so consider this one simple rule. From one point if two rays get incident, after reflection if where they meet, at that point your image is formed. So as you can see, your image is formed here behind the mirror, and that's why it is not a real image, it is virtual image. Okay, so this is a virtual image. Now, so that is how a plane in a, so there are 2 points which we have to notice. First, the size remains the same. So if somebody asks you what is the nature of an image, so the size remains the same, it is virtual and erect. What do you mean by erect? Again I said, erect means if your object is always erect, but if your image is also same erect, upper side it is erect, but the image is downward side, then it is inverted image. I told you, in mirror you cannot see your legs up and the head down. Okay, you will see your head is only up and the legs is only down. So that's why what type of image it is? Erect image. If you see inverted, right, where exactly the opposite of it, then we call it as an inverted image. I'll show you that also later on, not in a plane mirror, now spherical mirror. So the size remains the same and the image is virtual and erect, and third, the distance remains the same. The distance of a mirror and object and the distance from the mirror and the image, they both remains the same. So that is we learn, and that is how an image is formed in a plane mirror. Okay, now let us see how does an image is formed in a spherical mirror. So in a spherical mirror we are going to see only a concave mirror today. So let me draw in a concave mirror. So this is a concave mirror. Okay, let me draw a principal axis. So I'll extend it a little. This is your pole. Okay, I'm going to take your center of curvature and your principal focus. Okay, now let me help you. Here there are 6 cases. How many cases? There are 6 cases, means 6 different way. If you keep your objects, now where you can keep your object, you can keep your object at infinity. Infinity means somewhere very beyond C. So here you can put your object at infinity. Second case, so first case. Second case, you put your object beyond C. Beyond C means behind center of curvature. Second case, this is first, this is second. Third, you put your object on C. On C means on center of curvature. Fourth case, you put your object between C and F, means between center of curvature and focal length. Fifth case, you put your object on F. And the last case, when you put your object between P and F. So likewise you can put your object at 6 different places. Now you must be wondering, what if you put at 6 different places, will you get the image same? Now that's the twist. Okay, and that is what we are going to learn, that if you put your object at different places, how does an image is formed? How does an image is formed at different things? Let me show you. Okay, so let us first put an object at infinity. So it is very easy. If you put an object at infinity, right, means the parallel rays are coming. See, always remember, when you put your object at infinity, the parallel rays are coming. So the parallel rays are coming like this. Let me say, I am going to take two rays. And then I told you, if the parallel rays are coming, right, they, after reflection, they always passes from F. Okay, so this is your first case. When your first case tells you, if your object is at infinity, after reflection, where does the rays meet? They meet at F. So what is your first case? Object. Where does your object and where does your image? Your object is at infinity. Where does your image is formed? At F. Now let us talk about the nature. If you put your object is so far, right, whatever is the size, but if you see, it is just they meet at some point, very small point. So what is the size of an object size? But right, the object size must be good. But if you talk about the nature, what type of image you form? Real. Why real? I told you, if you get your image in front of mirror, you will get a real image. Real, okay, inverted and highly dimins. That's the question. Highly dimins. Dimins means very small basically. Highly means very small. So first case what we learn is, if you put an object at infinity, you get your image at F.